19 years ago, I was in a cave that collapsed up in St. Paul, Minnesota. I had a traumatic brain injury, was in a coma for a little over a month, and had a stroke while I was in the coma, which partially paralyzed my left side. Cave broke my back, my lungs collapsed, um, lots of injuries. It was a pretty bad deal. This was the first poem that I ever performed about it. Um, Performed that down in Atlanta, Georgia, when I lived down there. So here it is. I wonder what people see when they look in the stairs. I walk with a limp, they glare as if I were not there. Emotionless expression beams from their face. They must be thinking he looks so normal, it must be a mistake. Now sometimes I have the same questions, mostly on the days when the pain lessens, the days without the brace. It's such a job to be what I'm not, but when I'm not, it's like I got my own cross and I got to walk to the top of a mountain, but you'll never hear me whine. No, I'm never pouting. One day at a time, all these days feel like years, and there's nothing I can do to relieve all these fears. These days feel like spears on my side. So many times I wish I had died, and I wanted to whine, but all I did was cry. You see, how many people wake up to the sequel, no longer equal, behind a fence, peeking through a peephole. The only comfort is found in a fetal position. Now how many people wake up wishing that somehow, just somehow, they could break out of this prison of lost vision? All dreams are gone. Does that mean I'm wrong when I think of what could have been, of what should have been? 6'2" at 15. When I wake from the dream, only 5'11" in between hell and heaven. I wanted to scream, turn 16 asleep. 5 weeks exactly. They said I wouldn't walk. They said I wouldn't talk. A complete vegetable with nothing on my stalk to save. But my mama prayed to God to save me from the grave. It all seems impossible. With half a brain sustained, half a brain saved, it all seems illogical. I might be weak, but I can speak. Memories of the past remain. The physical pain remains. The emotional pain is the game I still play daily. Memories of a choice, one second. What if I told you I prayed to God for it to happen? Would you see then? Why I have passion, why I felt like God was up there laughing, stabbing, no really breaking a back, robbing a life I will never get back. If I told you the whole story, would you stare and glare like I were not there? Would you understand why I felt like God was not there? Or even if he was, why he does not care. How the outrageous changes made me dangerous. 10 minutes of famousness on the news, headlines on the news, made my views of the world change. How you don't need brains or physical beauty to make an influence. Maybe my story may bring sight to the blind of how I hated God and how now I embrace, drop to my knees and give thanks. How everything he takes he replaces in different places and faces. Slowly, oh so slowly, the past erases. No longer my focus, no longer my motive.